Hi guys, I'm Ahana and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how I hired 30 interns to my early stage startup just 1 month after we launched. If that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. Starting with why. I have always felt super frustrated by the fact that there are so few women and people of color in industries like tech and startups. And I think startups can be really hard to learn about. One of the reasons that I started this YouTube channel was also to share these experiences with people who are trying to learn, because there is so little information online as to what life in a startup is really like. That said, I wish I knew what a startup was when I was younger. The issue is there are practically no opportunities for you while you're at school to learn about this career path. And even at university, because there are so few early stage startups that are able to or prioritize bringing young people onto the team, it can be insanely hard to know what that process of going from 0 to 1 actually looks like without having to just dive in yourself and take such a massive risk. And coming back to the original problem of there being such a lack of diversity in this industry, I truly believe that the problem starts at school. Even by university, people are already siloed and shaped into certain directions. But I feel like school age is when people are still more open-minded. There were the same number of boys and girls in my physics class at school, but when I got to university, the ratio was 80-20 male to female, which to me signals that we really need to be educating students younger about the different types of careers out there to help balance things out once they actually get to university, or if they want to go straight into the working world. The crux of it is that I wanted to share with young people what a startup job was really like, give them a space to ask any questions that they have, give them exposure to different business areas, and show them what some of the real work actually looked like. Now the next point, the when. It was actually during YC, a little bit before demo day, that I realized that running a program for school students might be difficult when terms started again during their studies. So, on the one hand, I'd wanted to run something, and I didn't quite know what it looked like, but something to appeal to younger students. Now, on the other hand, this was pre-demo day and I was pushing really hard for better user metrics. The reason I was hesitant of running such a program is that it's a huge expenditure of my own resources, especially at the time when we were just a team of 2. In order to facilitate this whole program, give people things to do, spend the time that I need to be getting better user metrics actually on educating younger students was a huge ask, and to be honest, that's why this doesn't happen more frequently. It's a lot of work and it's really hard for startups to run such an experience. So I knew that if I wanted to give students this kind of an experience, I would need to make sure that it actually made sense for the company. So, how did I do that? There were 2 things that were very key. The first was moving fast, and the second was structure. After chatting with my brother and a couple of his school-age friends on a Saturday, I decided that weekend that I was going to make this happen. So on the weekend itself, I emailed the high school that I went to, letting them know that I'd be running an insight program for students and broadly explaining what Clear is and what we do. The email was sent out on the Monday and I started interviewing candidates on the Tuesday. Interviews ran from Tuesday until Saturday, and during the interviews, I primarily just wanted to understand broadly if these students had any career aspirations or any particular business areas that they were particularly interested in and wanted to gain more insight around. For example, marketing or general business development or finances or tech. I also told the candidates that they get more details about the structure of the program on the Sunday, but to block the following Monday in their calendar, as that would be the kickoff date. So after the interviews concluded on Saturday, I spent the rest of the day and the morning on Sunday structuring the program itself. I sent out an email on Sunday evening explaining the housekeeping rules, the onboarding process, and the kickoff presentation details. And on Monday, within a week, we kicked off the 3-week program. I actually think that my experience being a recent grad actually helped a lot when it came to structuring the program, just because I myself had just done Insight Weeks, Spring Weeks, so I knew what worked and what didn't. The way I structured it was I broke the students down into 3 key business divisions: tech, marketing, and business development. Then, based on what the students had told me they were interested in and wanted to learn more about, I split them into teams. So within tech, we had a Python and databases team and a JavaScript team. Within marketing, we had a TikTok team, an Instagram team, and a Facebook/blog post team. Then under business development, we had competitor analysis, influencer partnerships, brand partnerships, and the debit card team. There were between 2 to 4 people on each of these teams, and I gave them the opportunity to work on a project. I set very clear goals with them and organized a weekly meeting with the team so they could discuss their learnings that week and get feedback from myself. I also set up weekly insight talks, which would be about 40 minutes of a talk and then 20 minutes of Q&A, really about anything in a startup. Being super transparent and giving the students a space where they really felt like they could ask anything. We also had weekly socials, which gave the students the opportunity to meet more of the CLEAR team, meet more of the other students on the program itself. Then at the end of the 3 weeks, I had one-on-one catch-ups with each and every one of the students. In that catch-up, I asked them 3 things that they learned, what their favorite part of the program was, and what their least favorite part of the program was. And the feedback was very, very positive. Of course, when you're trying something new, there's always a bit of a worry that you won't execute on it perfectly, or you may not add as much value as you hope, or with it being remote, the students not learning as much as I would want them to. But overall, I was so happy and in fact proud of the feedback that we got. The students felt like they really had a sense of what working in a startup was like. They understood the short-term and the long-term goals, and they got the opportunity to work in small teams as well and simulate some of the work that myself and the team actually do on a daily basis. And a great thing to note is that 57% of our cohort were female. And so, as I suspected, I really do believe that the issue with diversity happens only as people get older. Our opportunity attracted so many young girls who were even interested in joining the tech teams and improving their programming skills. The fact that we were able to provide these students with some exposure to a startup really made me feel very fulfilled with the whole experience, and it's absolutely something that I would love to run again and give more students the opportunity to learn about this type of career. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content just like this, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Alright, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.